Hello everyone, welcome to episode 18 of Oxyotl. Note the patch 6.2.2, so the hotfix is still not in effect on this part because I recorded this quite a long time ago. Actually, the night before the hotfix. I wish I had some info otherwise, but yep. It's fine. It just some changes to Soras that are not in effect here still for me, but that's okay. Mostly I'm using skinks. If it was Kroak or Gorak, I would be annoyed, but no, not annoyed. Just upset with my own bad luck. So, and that would be mostly because I had to fight these battles without that level of power. You know, it changes things. Some melee stats, some stuff that got modified for the Lisman, it helps. So the plan is basically just to approach. I am using actually the shield of the old ones to avoid the damage from the towers. It's just a nice one to use on shields. And it's like you never really have a bigger use other than once you breach the walls. So might as well just avoid that early damage from the towers, because now they're doing some damage and they won't be able to do too much. Shredder of Lustria, he's gonna go in and knock on the doors. Hello boys, I am back. Grom, 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 Grom. Was it Grom, right? Or what is the name of the Lord of the Rings beast of a to knock the gates, you know, the battering ram, they call it something. I can't remember what it was. But yep, my skinks are climbing the ladders. They don't have perfect vigor, but they can do it just fine. And my chameleon stalkers are jumping on from the not ladder, from the tower. So yeah, I managed to do a proper siege this time, you know, just bringing in some siege towers, using a beast to knock the gates, you know, it's kind of like using a battering ram, to be honest. So yeah, here come the chameleon stalkers. That's a really intricate tower. I mean, it looks like a work of art, really. And yeah, he's back, and he's hungry. He's just catching his breath before moving in. Note that, of course, the biggest issue with all these balance patches and stuff is that they sometimes will break the sieges or the replay from the sieges, and that's kind of what happened here. But for the most part, it went just fine, precisely like this. My Shredder of Lustria was surrounded indeed, maybe not initially by the Hellstriders, but it's fine. But yep. Overall, just good. I don't think I actually missed the spell or anything like that, so that's awesome as well. Especially in the replay compared to the normal one. But yep, the chameleon stalkers were doing just fine, destroying the demonettes in the walls. I remember that I just helped them out a little bit there with some heals, or not heals, with some shield of the old ones as well, or just using some of Kroak's spells on them, you know, around, so that I could destroy the demonettes more easily. But the Shredder of Lustria, yeah, basically he did this. He was just knocking everything out from where the gates were. So any units that were near the gates, they were completely toast. And then the Kroxigors arrived and did the same. Just basically it. I was even trying to see if I could find the animation where they roll and take out someone, but yeah. Yeah, it seems to be fine. They're likely going to retreat, and I think at this point in the matchup, I was already winning. Yeah, and I got the replay over like literally a couple of seconds. But yeah, there was a victory. There was a nice victory actually as well. Shredder of Lustria did a lot of damage there. Not too much, not as much as Kroak, because of course, well, Lord Kroak was doing his spells all the time, while the Shredder was just as soon as he entered the gate. So let's get some income here. And now we get some buildings. There we go. Should I want this one? I'm thinking. Because I also want to have some Saurus everywhere, you know, so that I can recruit. Especially the Southern Wastes. It's like if you have 3 provinces they can recruit, then you can send to the other places, you know, which is kind of fine. Right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Deliverance of Itzes first, you know, his spells first, and then his abilities to the army, because it feels like he needs to be the caster in this one. I don't have really a caster there, so he needs to do the damage. Alright, what can I get this guy? Kroak. Can I get some deals here, or should I just attack Clan Worms? Yeah, he has only 3. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, that would be a nice... I know that I'm at war, but they are neighbors, and neighbors, because I'm going for full map completion, you gotta try not to leave the neighbors in, you know? So I have this and this. Maybe definitely I should go for the Temple God here, you know, for the Saurus here. Maybe a defensive building. I kind of need it here. What can I get? The sacrificial altar. No, let's go for the temple. It also allows me some, you know, at tier 4 it allows me some more heroes, so that's fine. He has some units, but he's gonna do the Kroak guards. Oh, I completely forgot that I need the weapon crafts commune. Okay, and it's not even the same province on Galbaraz. Ugh. So I can do it regular ones. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I need a coffee, actually. After this recording this episode, I'm gonna get a coffee. Definitely it. So what should I go for here? What should I get this guy for? Let me get just some Bastiladons and some units then. Yeah, and so that he can go in and conquer stuff. While I think about what am I going to do, if I'm going to give him some normal regular Kroak Sigurs or not. Yeah, that's the only vision, so it means like in a couple of 2 turns, maybe then I'll get some new visions. So Oxyotl needs to at least try and capture some place before that. He already eliminated 1 army there that you didn't see, so I didn't show it up. I'm already, you know, going forth with some turns and skipping a little bit. Okay, what did I want? No, I didn't want the Secret Kroak Sigurs. I wanted the Temple Gods. Okay, so just 1 turn and then I'll get the Temple Gods. I guess that's fine. Well, I do have the money, right? But I mean, I could just travel there, and then either way, this guy's gonna travel there, so why not? And get maybe 1 more. Nah, I just want next turn. I'm gonna travel there to the middle province, so that I can get everything. And I'm getting the one for Dread Saurian, so later on I can get a few more. Let me just upgrade here. There we go. There we go. Those patrols are really nice. It's just literally. Whenever possible, I'll 1 army shows up and tries to engage. So whenever possible, or at random, of course, it has that chance. But it's really good. I'll try to showcase when that happens, right? So fleet-footed, yeah, that's nice. Just 1 of beasts. It doesn't have a vortex spell. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the Manticore is really helpful. The summon is always really helpful, especially for, you know, an army that doesn't really have too much artillery, other than the one from the Stegodon. So yeah, guess that's end the turn, and we're at turn 3, and Oxyotl declared war on actually Bordelot. So I think I'm gonna have to go in and take some of the places from Bordelot, because I'm counting that the other lizardmen are going to betray him. So yeah, I should be able to take some of the places. Hopefully, you know, maybe if Bordelot manages to weaken someone, I can confederate them. So they're forced march. If I put myself in ambush, I might get, you know, a nice battle there. So yeah, let's go. What do I have here? What do I have here? still thinking what I should do in this case. Kroak, I'm just going to recruit some chameleon stalkers, skinks actually. I keep confusing chameleon stalkers, chameleon skinks, and chameleon and skink skirmishers. Ugh. Because they're all, you know, variations of one or another. Okay, so there's an army there, plus the garrison, which is 9 units. I think Oxyotl can manage it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you're gonna go over here to Yatukik. Let's get the Blade Master there. There we go. When I decide, I typically go for whatever he's lacking instead of something that, you know, more powerful. When to decide that sort of stuff of skill points for lords or for heroes. Especially for heroes, I'll always go with what are you lacking? Melee attack? Then I'll give them melee attack. You know, that sort of idea. Price Hunter, do you have anything like that? I only have some dread ones. So, well, maybe it helps. Maybe it helps. Why not? Oh, it's on the ancillaries. Hold on. There we go. Let's get the Price Hunter. Yeah. That's cool. A little bit less income, less upkeep is always nice. Let's increase the geomantic web here. I kind of need to increase the geomantic web everywhere. Like, if I could confederate to Henhuin or that's one of the things. Like, it's turn 83, I might think, oh, it's going low. No. If I had confederated, can you imagine? Just one. I actually got low reliability, and I think that harmed it a lot. So I didn't know if that was an effect or not, actually. So slowly recovering the reliability. Likely I'm going to be able to get a little bit more power. You know, that's why I'm recruiting so many armies, and then I can confederate. If it was to Henhuin, I think it would be worse. The one I would really want is Gorok, actually. Because Gorok has kind of like all landmarks. So who knows? I just avoid, you know, the Confederation just avoids you building the places. So overall, I'll just win more in that sense. He's building the stuff that it will eventually come to me. So I'm just double checking whether or not I should end the turn. Yeah, this guy's recruiting. That one is over there. That's all fine. Yeah. Diplomacy already checked. Sorry about that, guys. I always double check. So, Order of Lord Masters is attacking the Ghost of Pawax, and he's sending a lot of units, actually. So, he's sending a lot against Oxyotl, and I kind of want to fight this battle. Kind of want to see... It's not 4 armies. It's like 2 armies versus 1. Perfect grounds, actually. I'm going to see if I don't whiff too many spells on this. Preemptive spoilers. Of course I'm going to whiff some. But still, for the most part, it's just going to be quite chill, if not mistaken, this battle. I still remember it. So he's going to just wait until the reinforcements come in. Of course, I'm pointing out where I'm going to attack. It's going to be over here and then envelop on the other side. And I had like my units spread out evenly. But he's going to go all in on one location, brute force, and that's going to be his undoing. So already I'm going to tell my solar engines not to attack, you know, targets very close to the melee targets. I'm going to tell them to attack the range targets, so that at least I don't have some friendly fire. That was a nice damage spell there. And I think Flock of Doom is coming. Yeah, I think the Oracle gets like 5k damage on this one. Just because of Flock of Doom. I mean, look at that. That's a lot of damage going in. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And it's chain lighting as well. That went to the other side. I thought it would go towards the middle, but it didn't. Towards the other edge, but it went the other way around. But yeah, it may seem like he can break, but no. Especially most of the units that are breaching are actually already retreating. So, yep. I'm gonna target down that dragon actually with my chameleon skinks. And my chameleon skinks just so good of a damage. Such a nice set of damage actually against single entities that it's super cool. Over here, I didn't notice that this was all theirs. I thought it was, a little bit of mine. Otherwise, I would send a comet here. But still, I'm not missing it out. Flock of Doom there. Man, that's just a lot. And a comet as well. Because my main target was I gotta finish off the archer fire, instead of the infantry. Because the infantry is locked. It doesn't really get away from this. And I'm using some Bastiladons. I thought that this could go over to the other side as well. But yeah, that was kind of fine. I'm just trying to target the enemy missiles to force them out. Because those are the ones that can cause me a lot of damage right now. And of course I have my chameleons hitting here, troops in the front. So yeah, I thought, that's going to be fine. I still want the comet here, right there. And I don't think I used it. I just used Flock of Doom, which is kind of fine as well, Yeah, I used the comet on the couple of archer units that were, still attacking, and that put everyone to run away. So that's good. Actually, that's a good outcome there. And then I'm using Flock of Doom. Yeah, I saw the Flock of Doom effect, and I was like, yeah, I think it's much better to use it like this. And I'm trying to put my Bastiladon so that they will do damage all in a single line. I'm already telling them to attack because why not, of course. And I'm surrounding them, so yeah. Overall, yet another Flock of Doom, but this time it's against me. I guess he hasn't seen mine. I failed that lord there. But now he's likely gonna run away. Most of the enemy units are routing. And now he's gonna rout, of course, threatened in the flank, threatened with the Bastiladon solar engines. Oracle got 5,300k. Oh, 5,300 damage, and I didn't even. All that was like Flock of Doom and maybe a few other ones. Oh, 4,800 with just the comets. I could get on this battle. I could have gotten like 10k with them if I had targeted slightly better. I was just spamming stuff at one point, so you can see how effective that is as well, even if you're not going for the major blob, you can still do a lot of damage there. So of course I took the opportunity to replenish my units. As always, I'll still have the maximum replenish because some of them survived. He might attacked, but yeah, I got that place. I got Slayton. I got over here as well to the Castle of Splendor. Only one army. Not even an army defending it, so that was easy actually. And now this is in a much better situation. I'm gonna conquer most of these locations and then check out what I can do and where I can go. I still have the Burning Book of Corn, so it showed up. And with the Burning Book of Corn, of course, I'm interested on that upkeep for all armies so that I can get like, 5 more armies without issue. And that will allow me to destroy the followers of Nagash like almost instantly. So as soon as that is possible, I would love that. And then if I can get some confederations going, only the armies from Gorok and Tehenhuin are going to be on the other side. But that's going to be depending, of course, on the confederation options. Gonna get some nice units here. Some Lothern Sea God would be nice, actually. It wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more. It's not like I have anything to spend 65k on. I could get just a couple more armies. I'm not out of habit. And also I'm thinking maybe I can just stack up everything and take the opportunity of a game that is really not hurting too much, I'm not having any difficulty on the game, so that's cool. But I really wanted some Dread Saurians, I guess. Let me start checking in what do they have and see if I can influence this a little bit. Yeah, let's get the upkeep in case I have to send some armies there. Or the replenishment in case I have to send an army there. It's not going to be into Hedhuin, but I'm not going to fight them or anything like that. But I would prefer to confederate. But it's not giving me the chance to confederate yet, so yeah, of course. Let's get the trade. 3,000. Oh, and then I get these bonuses from them. Ugh. Order of Lord Masters is nearly dead with just one to go, and that'll be next episode. Bye bye guys, thank you very much for watching.